All right, people, so let's talk about last night's Dynamite real quick. Solid show. Listen, Saturday is going to be bananas, man. You know, they went in Canada last night. Now, Cage and Cope did something that I thought was pretty funny because it broke the whole cycle of when wrestlers are told they'll be fined if there's any physicality, which is cool because if there's no repercussions for that to happen and they're trying to have the build up to the fight, to the match, you know, coming on pay-per-view or the following week or whatever it may be, then it's like, all right, the anticipation is, you know, it's there more. Now, my thing is when you've already wrestled somebody at one point, now you didn't have the two of them against each other until the last pay-per-view that they had where you know, Cage helped Cope for Cope helping him. But yeah, you know, we what I'm referencing is Cope's when Cage told him 500, they said 100,000. He said, hell, even the 500,000 doesn't matter to me because I'm rich, and he just started attacking FTR. You know, and yeah, that was pretty funny, and the crowd loved it as well. You know, the other people as well. But yeah, that was pretty funny, man. Toni Storm, the 4-way match. You know, hey, it's gonna be crazy, man. I listen. You know what? Too, I like the way they're highlighting Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter. You know, and look, Tekla. Listen. Let me tell y'all something, man. You know, I'm into pro wrestling, and yes, I appreciate a good storyline. I always love the balance that AEW has. So I'm not into the silly, goofy stuff, man. It's everything is just you know, I'm watching the show and I'm not seeing wrestling. I'm just seeing a bunch of commercials and talk and just nothing going on. AEW is not that. I'm loving what I'm seeing, man, and it's just like, you know, one thing I love about their women's division, they're not a bunch of Barbie dolls. They're not a bunch of prissy, whiny, crying, like a bunch of little girls trapped in a grown woman's body, but, you know, you get nothing but ego, excuse me, a bunch of talking, just a bunch of nothing, 2.5-minute matches, and it's like, you know, so I love what AEW is doing. Now, you know, Queen Aminata, you know, man, I listen, man, it was a solid show, and I just love what they're doing. And Queen Aminata has her own channel, her YouTube channel, where she's always uploading content, you know, when they're on the road, and you know, just different things, not just the typical what you're used to seeing people normally do, but just a cool channel she has. You know, MJF went there and had words with Tony Khan, so I'm believing that MJF is going to try to really brutalize Mark Briscoe. You know, but I'm glad that Briscoe's getting light as well, though, man, because you see what happens when you have a person in your company and you find ways to utilize them to where they're not just there living off what they did in the past. That's great, because at some point it just gets to the point where people are like, nah. Now, off of Dynamite real quick, last night's Dynamite, you see the other week where it looks like the Acclaim may end up getting back together. Now, this is just me. I don't know how they're going to settle their differences. Maybe they might just come to their senses and realize they're better together than apart. But I remember with one of the 5-minute challenges that Max Caster has sent out, Bruce Bowens was one of the guys and came there and beat him. I don't know. Maybe if Bruce says, if you can beat me in a match, we'll get back together. Also, I don't know, man. I'm seeing a couple of things that makes me think. I'm really not ready for this to happen, but if it does, it does. You know, and if they make it happen, make it entertaining and make her character work that way, cool. I'm thinking, man, out of everything happening, I don't know if y'all got the same feeling, but Willow Nightingale, I don't know, man, might be about to turn heel, because it's looking like Chris Statlander. Yes, she's the other one. I forgot about her. Chris Statlander. It's looking like Chris Statlander, you know, because she keep getting approached by Moxley and Willa Yuta. And we even seen, remember that money she was supposed to get? And the Young Bucks didn't get it. And Mox went in there and came out with the bag of money for her. And it's looking like, yo, Chris Statlander is about to turn, right? And every so often, Willow will team up with them. And, you know, Willow's the happy girl. But, you know, she hasn't lost any momentum. So I'm kind of like, I hope they don't turn Willow. At least not right now. There's no need. But, hey, man, just say, Willow might be the one to turn. Mox defeated Roderick Strong. You know what feels weird about that whole situation, though, is because Marina Shafir is married to Roderick Strong. They have a kid together, man. You know what I mean? It's just weird to see that, like, come on, man, that's your husband. Yeah, those type of situations in wrestling always is like, it's like just a stupid situation to me. Like, how the fuck I'm gonna go against my wife? But you know, hey, yeah, man. So, yeah, but the show was real solid. I'm gonna be watching it this Saturday. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video, is that, man, AEW is giving us wrestling, man. And this guy, Tony Khan, truly cares about professional wrestling, period. And the fact that he allowed his wrestlers to go out and make money in other companies and win titles, I mean, all that. And the thing that they even have them come out on his show and display these belts. And so you hear about certain companies that you might not even be aware of, especially when it's out the country. And then people go, damn, I never heard of that. Now, all of a sudden, you're on YouTube looking in the search, and guess what? Oh, okay, I like this federation. I didn't know that they wrestled there. Okay, cool. Stuff like that. But, yeah, man, this, you know, AEW's restored that feeling that they once had, and I feel like it's even way better right now than it was before. You know, hey, this is what it's about, man. And, you know, I didn't know Jerry Lynn back behind the scenes. I don't know about Billy Gunn, what his role is, what he does behind the scenes or whatever, because, you know, him coming out, as far as with the Acclaim goes, I don't necessarily feel like Billy Gunn has to be there with them, but maybe, who knows? I don't know. And who's to say Jerry Lynn will be the one that's there with them? Maybe they'll go solo. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, man, you know, when you look at what's actually happening in AEW, man, there's a lot of shifting, a lot of changes. And I told you guys, man, they had something in store for Max Caster. I didn't know, you know, if it was going to be a singles thing. I didn't necessarily attach it to him rejoining Bruce Bowen to reform the Acclaim. But, hey, man, you know, it's just a lot going on. You know, Bobby Lashley, they, like, listen, man, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, you know, the bald guy, you know, whatever, the other, Gates of Agony, whatever, all these guys, man, Ricochet. I mean, listen, man, they had a good match, and I really just look at what's going on now, man, and I feel like, you know what, this is wrestling right here, man, and this is what I want to see, and this is what the wrestling world want to see. The other type of stuff, it is what it is, but this is what we want to see, man, and I think they're doing an excellent job. And that's where, for me, I give credit where it's due. I say, regardless to how many other people, you know, spew their hate and ignorance, it's great that there's another powerhouse company right here from America that people have options to go to. And what we're finding out, AEW is a first option for a lot of people. And that is what wrestling needs. It's not all about one company, and it's not about one company being dominant while the others have to just get the crumbs that they can get. This is necessary. And this is the only company that I'm watching right now that I'm tuning in every week. And until I have a reason to feel different, that's what it's going to be. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all now. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. I will catch y'all on the next video.